I'm interested in hearing your take on this one. I know I got some things to say. We're gonna wrap the show up with this. Shaq been talking, man. And when Shaq speaks, you hear him because he's one of the greatest.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Arguably best center of all time. I think you could make a case for it. Most easily, most dominant. You easily can make a case for it. Shaquille O'Neal has come out and said it's time to enter Steph Curry in the GOAT conversation.
Woo.
He should be in the convo with whoever you throw in there, whether it be, LeBron, MJ, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul, whoever you throw in there. Shaq saying, don't forget to mention Steph Curry in the GOAT conversation. Joe, what's your take on it, man? Do you agree with Shaq?
First of all, you the GOAT, you're not exhausted to sit out. Shout out to Steve Kerr. Now, look, for those who don't know, my two favorite players outside of Kings players, Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry. How awkward is that? I'm a Kings fan. Both of those players are in my division. Right, but my team has been trash since 03, for real. 06, when we made the playoffs. We made the playoffs 2 years ago. But since 06, when we had Kevin Martin, Mike Bibby, and all them guys, right? I mean, Bonzi Wells. It's crazy. We made the playoffs, lost to the Spurs 4-2. But when Kobe went on his run, I rooted for the Lakers. When Steph Curry went on his run, I rooted for the Warriors. One of my favorite players. But is he in a GOAT conversation? No. Come on, man. Let's be real. Now, shout out to Skip Bayless. One thing he said about the Hall of Fame that I agree with. He always says, if you ask me if such and such is in the Hall of Fame and I have to think about it, they're not in the Hall of Fame. Point blank. Shout out to your boy Kevo. Said Brandon Graham in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, huh? Once I thought about it, I'm like, okay, no, he's not. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Tom will say in the Ring of Honor. That's what he said.
Definitely Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. So you got to think about it. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Same thing with the GOAT debate. If I got to think about it, no, it's not. It's not. No, it's actually the opposite. If I don't have to think about it, like Steph, it's not even a thought. It's like, is Steph the GOAT? No. No. First of all, he got to pass Magic. Let's start there. He's not even the best point guard ever. Now, people say stuff like, oh, he changed the game. That makes you the GOAT because you got everybody shooting threes. The GOAT is the greatest of all time. There's a difference, AJ. People confuse this. There's a difference between best and greatest. There are a lot of guys who are better than guys, but they're not greater than guys. I'll give you an example. All right? J.R. Smith was good.
Man.
He was good. I think I mentioned before on the show. He's good. I mean, when I played 2K, it was like that.
Chico.
When I played NBA Live, before 2K came out, he had a 3-point sign, the dunking sign, and he could dribble the ball. But AJ, he an overall 75. Why? He's good, but he ain't great. He just not. You feel me? So there are a lot of players when you put on mano, like you can put Kobe next to a lot of guys all time. He better. But is he greater than these guys? Probably not. Is he greater than Magic? Nah. But people might say, yo, he better. Kobe would cook Magic. He better than Magic. But is he greater than Magic, though? No. Is he greater than... He is greater than Larry Bird, in my opinion. My bad. He's greater than Larry Bird. But you get my point. So, Steph Curry, he's not in a GOAT conversation. There are only 4 players, in my opinion, AJ, who are actually in the conversation. 5 players who are in the conversation. MJ, obviously. LeBron, obviously, right? Kareem, because you have the argument. 6 rings, 6 MVPs, right? Okay. And all-time scoring champ. People say that when he retired. Bill Russell, he got 11 rings. He the GOAT. I get it. I mean, I can't fight you with that. He got 11 rings. Okay, cool. And Wilt Chamberlain, because how crazy he was with the stats. I won't say Wilt is GOAT, but you can catch some old heads be like, man, Wilt the GOAT. You tripping. Wilt had 100. Wilt averaged 50 and 40, 50 and 30, 50 and 25. 50 and 25. Wilt got 4 straight MVPs. Wilt. Outside those 5 people, you're not in the conversation. Magic, we all know Jordan was better. So we're not going to put him in the conversation. All right? Magic never won nothing like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, by the way, if you didn't know that. So we know Magic in the conversation. Bird and Magic changed the NBA forever. But we ain't thinking Larry Bird a GOAT. No, he won top 10, but he not the GOAT though. So I get it. Steph Curry. Draymond Green also said something. I never seen a player be game plan for game plan Steph. Like I never seen a person be game plan for like Steph. Like the way you got to plan for him because how he plays, how you got to account for him. He runs around the court. Yes, he can shoot really good. But he ain't the GOAT. Come on, let's be real. Steph Curry got one Finals MVP. Let's start there. One Finals MVP. KD went to his team and was the best player. You're eliminated from the GOAT conversation. Point blank, in my opinion. If you never had a Finals MVP and somebody came to your team and won back-to-back Finals MVPs and being the best player, you're not the GOAT. If that's the case, KD got to be in the conversation. Come on now. So, in my opinion, once again, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Bill Russell, Kareem, and you can throw Will in there too. I ain't mad at Will. Those are only 5 people that are in the real conversations of, yeah, they're the best player in NBA history.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Joe. Bron, MJ, Bean Bryant. All right, he in my conversation. Now we might have to revisit that at some point. Because I just don't like how Bean ain't even mentioned. I mean, you was quick to just say, is he greater than Magic? No, we might have to revisit that. I think Kobe Bryant the greatest Laker ever. That's just me. Like I said, we can revisit that. We talking about Steph. We got to have some conversations about Kobe Bryant. I see we have to dive into that conversation at some point. But Kobe is in that conversation for me. And I give you Russell. Will, I gotta revisit that one too, bro. I gotta revisit that. I know he put up great numbers, but we gotta have a conversation about that one too. Steph Curry. I can't stand when people do this, bro. Bro, and Shaq knows better than anyone. Shaq, I might not put Steph over you all time.
No, he's not.
Like, I might not put Steph over Shaquille O'Neal all time, bro. Like, you know better than anybody. That is the elite of the elite clubs. Joe, you kind of took the words out of my mouth when it comes to, yes, you have 2 MVPs. Yes, you're an all-NBA player. But 2016 happened, bro. Yeah. It happened. Y'all won 73 games. And Bron Kyrie came back from down 3-1 and beat y'all in the finals, bro. That happened on your watch. That's history like that on your watch, and y'all won 73 games that year. Granted, you could bring up, Iguodala, you could bring up Bogut, you bring up all these other things that happened. Draymond Green getting suspended. You could bring up a whole bunch of stuff. But Steph Curry was on that floor when that was happening, bro. And down the stretch of that series, all I saw was Bron swat, and talking mess, and Steph not being able to do nothing about it, and he didn't have a great game 7. He was MIA game 7. I remember because at the time I was rooting for Steph and them. He did not have a great game 7. And so you bring Kevin Durant along, and yes, you've proven you can get there and you can win without KD. But like you said, KD comes there, wins 2 championships. It's clear he the best player on the team, bro. It's clear the offense is kind of revolving around Kevin Durant at this point. And what I will give him is this. KD left and ain't win one. Steph did come out later on with Andrew Wiggins in the crew and Draymond and Clay and win a championship against Boston. I'll give you that, bro. But this is an elite exclusive club. Don't tell me. This what really irks me about this, Joe. Don't tell me a guy that ain't never been on no all-defensive team is the GOAT. Ooh. Don't tell me a guy that's never been a great defender in the league, never been the guy that you can say, go guard unless he's a big, right? Go guard the best perimeter player, right? And slow him down or give him a hard time. Don't tell me that he's the GOAT. No, bruh. Basketball is both sides of the floor. It's the one benefit that you have that football players don't have. Football players, unless you Travis Hunter or you Deion Sanders, ain't playing both sides of the ball. They not doing that. Basketball, you get to play both sides. You could dominate offensively. You could dominate defensively. We seen MJ do that. We seen Kobe do that. We seen Magic do that in spurts, right? We seen Bron do that. We seen some of everybody dominate on both sides of the ball, right? Steph at one point in his career, and I don't think he's much of it now. I think he's improved. But at one point around 2015, 16, he was a defensive liability. They was hiding him. And I will never get the image out of my head. A Kyrie every time down the floor, boogieing on that man. Bucket. Boogie on him. Bucket. Spin, fade. Bucket. Couldn't do nothing with Kyrie. They was literally singling Steph Curry out. They tried to hide Steph Curry to the point where the Cavs said, no, we want the GOAT, or somebody who's in conversation to be, we want him for Kyrie for the last matchup of the game. We ain't scored in 3-4 minutes. We want Kyrie with the ball, and we want Steph Gardner. Step back trade. That stuff happened. I ain't never, ever heard that being done for MJ. We want MJ to guard. I ain't never heard that being done for Bron. We want Bron in his prime. We want Bron to guard. What? Kobe?
No.
Huh? Bro, what? That's why it drives me crazy. And I hate to be this guy because I'm a big – if we talking my favorite players all time, just like you, Joe, he's in there, bro. He like number 3. Like, he is one of my favorite players all time. He is fun to watch. What he's done for the game is good in some ways and is bad in other ways. And I can agree with Draymond. You got a game plan for Steph Curry in a way that you ain't had the game plan for probably no other player in history, because he literally can pull up from anywhere on the floor, and he does it at a rate and an efficient clip better than anybody in the history of the game. So we give you that. We give you that. But we didn't see some crazy game plans for MJ, for Kobe, for LeBron, for all of these other guys too, bro. And we didn't see them guys take over on both sides of the ball in ways we ain't seen Steph Curry do, bro. We just ain't seen it. So while I respect it, we could go down to the fact that he got 4 championships. He got a bunch of all NBA nods. He got all-star nods. He's done a lot of spectacular things. 2-time MVP, 1 unanimous. He has done some special stuff. I get Shaq trying to put some respect on his name. You should mention him. But Shaq, like I said, bro, you know how exclusive this club is. It is levels to this thing. And to me, bro, and it's crazy because I knew we was going to do this. One thing I hate, Joe, is, and Steph not a younger guy, but as more players into the league, we tend to forget how great these other great players were before him, bro. We forget. Kobe gone. We don't talk about him nearly enough. When Bron retires, as crazy as it sounds, people going to be saying, I think he might be better than Bron. MJ, the only other player that I say I got him over MJ is Bron. But you sneak guys sneak guys in that conversation. And like I said, I throw Kobe in there. I do. You know, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? But like, we tend to forget how great guys are. Recency bias is crazy, bro. I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Great, but GOAT, bro. Greatest player we ever seen.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Don't forget the finals against the Raptors. He was okay.
Yeah, he got okay. 46 one game, and it didn't even feel like it. It didn't. Like,
come on, bro.
Like, Steph, man,
they needed KD. KD went down. It was like, well, there goes that.
See, if he would have won that 73-9 year, that would have put his legacy up so high. That would have been arguably the greatest season in NBA history. Mm-hmm. And you have a reason to have these conversations because that year was crazy. I always tell people that 73-9 Warriors team is not as good as a record. Steph carried them boys.
He was sensational.
Through the regular season, I mean, he was crazy good. He had 403. That was unheard of. Unanimous MVP. It was crazy. And then they were down 3-1 to OKC. Like, that team was not as great as the record showed. So they just had great chemistry, and Steph used to go crazy from 3. And Clay had his hand there too. But my thing, it gets me, AJ, is that, like you said, we throw everybody in the GOAT conversation. When somebody does that, this is why media members have a pet peeve with players in the media. Because they don't challenge each other. AJ, if you would have said Steph in the conversation, I'd be like, who's in the conversation then? Give me your people in the conversation. I'll put you on the spot. Steph top 10. Who your top 10? Like, who your top 10? Like, we just say stuff without thinking about it. And I get it. Shaq and them got killed. They get killed for killing the players. They get killed for that. So maybe that was Shaq's way of showing love to the players. Like, oh, Steph got to be in the conversation because they getting crucified for killing a player. So Steph not in my top 10. I'll let you know right now. He like number 11 or 12. He right outside of that. You know what I mean? He not in my top 10. I think for him to be in the conversation for GOAT, even without the defensive stuff, right? He needs 2 more rings. Both of them finals MVPs. He needs 2 more MVPs also. And then you could have conversations about it.
And I think
that's a lot, though.
It is a lot, especially at this point. And I think, bro, like when I go back and I watch them Warriors, not the one where they beat the Cat or the one where they beat the Celtics, but bro, every time they beat the Cavs, it was kind of like, come on, bro. Yeah, man. Like 1 year, Kyrie hurt, Kevin Love hurt, and Bron out there trying to carry with Matthew Dellavedova and like, you know what I mean? Whoever else was out there at the time. I just remember Dellavedova because he got the most memorable name on the team.
I forgot the center. He got Timothy Mozgov.
Yeah, Timothy Mozgov and with a coach we David Black that ain't around no more. You know what I mean? And Bron pushed them boys to 6 games in that series, right?
I know.
And then the following year, Cleveland is healthy. They come back. Now, granted, the Warriors are a little banged up at that time, including Steph. He was banged up, but you was out there. But Steph, he was out there, and you was up 3-1. You needed 1 more game. You was up 3-1. You know what I'm saying?
You with the Blazers, and you're sorry. That injury happened against Houston. You cooked the Blazers, and you cooked OKC. Dropped 37 in Game 7. So
yeah. And then you turn around after that, and now you got KD, and it's a foregone conclusion that they're gonna win the finals, bro. They got KD. It's like, especially in 2018, where the Cavs didn't even have Kyrie no more.
So think about it. In 2017, the Warriors were up 3-1 in Cleveland, and they were about to win. That was horrible. Yeah, 11 points per game. KD dropped 50 and hit that 3 in LeBron's face. Like KD had bruh, I love Steph, and I defend Steph so much. Like people think because like it's a toss up to me. I still think they had a chance to win 2016 if Draymond never got suspended, but it happened. I never try to take stuff back, but and I always say that 2016 team is not as good as you think it is because Steph was just great that year. But KD said that KD can't bro. Steph was horrible that game. He had 11 points, bro. If
you want to say this is as far as I'll take it with Steph. If you want to say Steph is a GOAT of his era, I will give you that hands down.
Yes,
he is a GOAT, and you can include it like Bron been playing so long. You can Bron, KD, Kawhi. You know, if you could put him in that mix, but he ain't the best player in that mix. And if you take it beyond that, bro. No, bro. I think the point guard conversation is an interesting conversation. That's an interesting conversation. But don't give me he better than Kobe. Don't give me he better than LeBron. Don't give me he better than Jordan. And if he not better than none of these guys, there is no convo.
I mean, AJ, we talking about great. I'm sorry, I
you about to do this magic thing?
All right. I'm gonna say this last thing, I know we gotta go.
Okay.
If we talking about in the Steph Curry era, I'm thinking about 20, because he been hurt early in his career.
Right.
I'm talking about that year he took them to the playoffs, beat the Nuggets, and lost to the Spurs. That was 2014.
Okay.
You talking about from there and on? AJ, he might be the best player from there.
From 2014.
Not best, greatest player since then.
No.
Who?
Still Bron.
LeBron got 0 MVP since then, by the way. 0.
I gotta really go back and look. I gotta see the accolades. He got all his rings. He got all his rings. Steph got all his rings in that era.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Bron got a ring in that era too, though.
He got 2. The Lakers and the Cavs.
Yes, right. He got the Lakers and the Cavs.
He got 4 in that era, and Steph got 2 MVPs and unanimous.
I gotta.
In a Steph era though, like you could talk about from Steph playoff run to now, Steph got 4 rings, one Finals MVP, but 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous.
Bron had the greatest shot I ever seen during that
2018.
span. That's the greatest shot ever. And I know he didn't win the championship. Don't get me wrong.
He got 2 accolades that year. He didn't even win defensive player. He didn't even win defense all defense. He was like all NBA. That's it.
Yeah, I know, bro. That playoff run was crazy though. I'm saying no, just because I think it's LeBron, but I'd have to go back and like
LeBron was the
accolades up. I gotta match the accolades up.
LeBron is the best. That's why I said
Steph accomplished more. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
He was greater. Like, he did more. But we talking about peak though.
I mean, come on now.
What, LeBron 2018?
Wait. What was you about to say?
I mean, Steph's 33-9 year was nice. It was like that.
You say it's better than Bron's peak years
in 2018.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. LeBron's playoff run was better. Let's say
his regular season. Steph's regular season
run was better because he carried George Hill, Rodney Hood, and all. He had straight guys who know names right now. Like
carried them from the 4th seed all the way to the
finals. That was the best LeBron I've seen.
That was incredible, man.
I ain't gonna fake. Better than Miami because that last thing that was him. He still had physical ability, but he had this right here.
Mm-hmm.
He was so smart.
Yep.
So, all right, let's end this, man. Great show. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, so